Thank you so much, Julio. I'm super excited to be here today. This is super exciting for me. So I'm going to talk a little bit about my experience and how I got here. Um, as Julio mentioned, I graduated from La Sierra University. I graduated in 2006. My major was international business. And as a student, I was super curious about everything and anything. So I actually took a lot of classes that didn't involve business. I took art classes, and I took river rafting, scuba diving, and also I did um, study abroad. So one of them was in Italy. I lived in Florence for 1 year, and I learned Italian and learned to cook pasta and study art. And then before I graduated, I went to live in Brazil. It was 3 months, and then travel the rest of the time. So also went to learn Portuguese. So this was throughout my career, my college years at La Sierra University. After I graduated, since I graduated with a business degree, I honestly wasn't sure what I wanted to do because I was so interested in so many things. I was interested in doing outdoor activities like camping and river rafting, and I was interested in art. And also the business side. So I had so many different interests that I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do with my career. And I had a feeling of the things that I didn't want to do. For example, I didn't want to work at a bank or work behind a desk or in accounting or anything like that. But I kind of had an idea of what the things that I did want to do. So there was an opportunity that came across, and it was an opportunity to teach English in Poland. So I saw it, I jumped on it, and I started to investigate about it. So everything worked out. I went to teach English in Poland, and it was one of the best experiences that I've ever had in my life. I met great friends. They were part of, they became my family. And still, after the 6 months were done in Poland, I still wasn't sure what I wanted to do. So I decided to stay in Europe a little longer. And from Poland, I moved to Barcelona. And there I actually lived 2.5 years. And I actually worked in tourism. And it was super exciting because it was working with tourists, and just Barcelona is such a rich city with so much culture and buildings and so much life that it was super amazing for me. So after the 2.5 years in Barcelona, was again with that question about what am I going to do with my career, what I'm going to do with my life. So I decided to come back to the US, and this is where I started to see and reach out to La Sierra alumni, La Sierra classmates, anyone that was willing to meet with me to talk about possible opportunities. And at that time, it was 2008, I realized that there were not a lot of people, not a lot of Seventh-day Adventist alumni in the entertainment industry. And I looked on LinkedIn, and I wasn't able to find a lot of people that were wanting to do the same interests that I had. I'm sure there were out there, but I wasn't finding them. So I actually started, when I came back, I worked at an import-export company. It was a very small company, and the company did imports of products and sell them to retail. So I was doing that for a little bit. Again, I went to that moment where like, okay, this is not what I believe my life should be. So then I shifted, and I actually worked at Citibank. And this was one of the things that I said to myself I didn't want to do, but I wanted to check it out and see if I can work at a bank and also advance my career. So I worked at Citibank for 6 months, and yeah, absolutely, this was something that it was not for me. So actually, I left Citibank without having a role aligned before I left. So I started to look around, and I actually got an email from someone at Warner Brothers that wanted to hire someone that spoke languages to audit expense reports of executives in the entertainment industry. So I had an entertainment inclination. So I was like, this sounds like a great role. I'm gonna take it. So when I joined Warner Brothers, it was like, this is what I should have been doing all my life. I loved the storytelling. I loved the studio, and just the entire entertainment vibe. It was so amazing. So I really enjoyed my time at Warner Brothers. However, I was doing some sort of accounting, and one day when I was auditing the expense reports of executives, I noticed that the marketing executives, they were taking trips and creating marketing campaigns, and the company was actually paying for all of that. So then I decided to myself, it's like, this is actually what I want to do. I want to be leading marketing campaigns. I want to be traveling, launching projects. So then I started to look around and find mentors or join organizations. And I joined an organization called NAMIC, which stands for National Association of Multi-Ethnicity in Communications. And in this organization, I actually was part of a program that you got matched with a mentor. The mentor in the program was super helpful. And one day he emailed me, he said, hey, we're hiring a marketing coordinator in our company. Are you interested? And this was like just so perfect at the right time. I jumped on it. I got the role, and when I first started, I was super excited because I was part of meetings where we were discussing a marketing campaign for a certain show. What should the tone be? What should be the touch points, the marketing touch points? The budget? Are we going to do a photo shoot? Just all the different buckets. Hello, can you all hear me? I think something happened. Okay, great. Yeah, so in this conference, I met someone from Hulu. So it's very important to make sure that you make great connections, to stay in contact with those connections. They're going to help you, and or you will be able to help them. So this was a great networking event that I attended, that I was part of. And later, when I left YouTube TV, I was able to join Hulu and be part of the company. And there, I actually worked with a lot of the add-on companies to launch marketing campaigns. So, for example, Showtime, Stars, HBO. So I had been at Hulu for a year, and I felt that again, that feeling like, oh, maybe I can do more. Maybe I can do something more challenging. So I reached out to HBO Max, and it was during the time that they are currently, right now, they're looking to expand internationally to Latin America and Europe. So this is a perfect time for me to be part of this company. So this is where I am now. Currently working on campaigns, promotional offers to launch in Latin America and in Europe. So that's a little bit about my background. There have been a lot of twists and turns, and it has been super exciting. And I'm just so excited now to know that there's a community of Seventh-day Adventists that are in entertainment, in the artistic world, in the creation world. So yeah, so that's me. Any questions?